Yo, man, I'm gonna keep this short, man. I did another video. It was a little bit of a rant. I probably shouldn't have deleted it, but I did. Um, I think I went on a little bit too long about Lucas Browne versus Shannon Briggs. Okay. Um, this is pretty much a response video to Richard Dwyer. I'm not gonna dwell on it too long, but I just want y'all to think about this, man. I want everybody to think about this. This is a good fight, all right? For one, the WBA had ordered Lucas Browne, a dude that popped hot for a PED after his win over Ruslan Shigaev fight, right? Okay. All right. WBA, they had a tournament going on. The tournament didn't work out, okay? Tournament didn't work out. So it's tossed out, man. This whole WBA heavyweight tournament has been disappointing. Pretty much like the rest of the heavyweight division as far as 2016 is concerned, okay? It's been disappointing, okay? But they've been trying to give away this belt. It's supposed to be Lucas Browne versus Frizzo Kendo. They wanted to give it back to Ruslan Shigaev. They had to put out a search warrant for Ruslan Shigaev. You know what I'm saying? They had to put a search warrant out for this guy. They couldn't even find this guy to give him his belt back, but he didn't want it, okay? AKA White Tyson, right? So... And you saw what White Tyson did to Lucas Browne before he got knocked out. He was able to get in on the inside, work Lucas Browne. He had him in trouble. I think it was like, the sixth round or something like that. Had him on the canvas. And, Lucas Browne tested positive for PEDs. He said he wasn't on it. He got the suspension overturned or whatnot, but let's just say he was on PEDs because he did pop hot for it. I know he was found not guilty for it or whatnot. Okay, I don't know what the hell that was, man. That was Box Rick. But anyway, long story short, Shannon Briggs, man, he's been campaigning for a championship fight for a long time. I know for sure that his last couple opponents weren't memorable opponents or credible opponents. But think about this, man. Shannon Briggs is a 44-year-old man, a 43-year-old man who's a former lineal champion. On top of that, former champion, okay? Now, everybody from Dillian White to David Haye, they don't want it, man. I don't know why David Haye isn't fighting for this belt, but he's not. He's supposed to be like the mercenary of boxing. He picks and chooses who he wants to fight. I'm not sure if he wants to fight any credible opponent or anything like that. He says he's got a surprise for the fans. But that was like almost like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever like that. And he hasn't named any credible opponent. He's supposed to have been fighting Shannon Briggs, and he reneged on that. So it's not like Shannon Briggs has been looking for one of these high profile guys, man. And Lucas Browne, this dude is from Australia, New Zealand, or something like that. Who got reinstated by the WBA after the suspension. He needs somebody. You know what I'm saying? So who else is there? You know, who else is there in the WBA alone? You know, obviously nobody. But this is what the sanctioning body wants. And I know Shannon Briggs has fans with the Let's Go Champ thing. He's been trying to do that for a while. Nobody stepped up to the plate. as far as like the money is concerned, to fight this lineal champion. Former lineal champion. You can't take that away from him. That's who he was, and that's who he is, man. He has that channel. He has that, that pedigree. You know what I'm saying? He has that on his resume, man. You can't take that away from him. So we're not just talking about just any heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? It's not Dillian White, who hasn't won anything outside the British heavyweight championship. He hasn't won any world championship. This is not talking about Christian Hamer or any of these other dudes. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Shannon Briggs. But long story short, man, I think this is a good fight. I don't think Lucas Browne will. What Lucas Browne has to do is survive the first 6 rounds, because we know Shannon Briggs is a fast starter, man. We know he's a fast starter. He's gonna come out the gates and do what he's got to do. He's gonna work in on the inside. He added the body punches, to his repertoire and whatnot. Is he there to get hit? Yes. I'm not saying he's not gonna get hit. Does Lucas Browne have knockout power? Yes, he does, man. Yes, he does. He finished Ruslan Shagayev with the knockout power late, but then again, he was busted for a PED. So and saying that, Lucas Browne has his own issues regarding stamina and stuff like that. It was mentioned in the Wire video that Shannon Briggs, he has his issue with diabetes and stuff like that. But you know what? Look, man. I don't think that'll be an issue going into the fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it'll be an issue going into the fight. I don't think it'll be an issue in the fight. Shannon Briggs, he's there to get hit. Lucas Browne, you saw the issues he had with Ruslan Shagayev, White Tyson. Ruslan Shagayev is not the most mobile guy. He's not the most elusive guy. And you saw what he was able to do to Lucas Browne. So, and saying that with, this whole Fresno Kendall thing, this Luis Ortiz thing, him switching promoters and stuff like that, pretty much opting out of the WBA tournament, I am very happy that the WBA has ordered Shannon Briggs versus Lucas Browne, okay? As far as prediction, I got Shannon Briggs beating Lucas Browne. Probably like maybe the 5th round. Probably earlier, man. Probably earlier. I think Lucas Browne would probably gas out before Shannon Briggs. But I think Shannon Briggs, he know this is his time, and he's got money to make, man. Dude's 44 years old. Lucas Browne, well, he's pushing 40 himself. He's about he's like 37 years old now. So we'll see, man. We'll see what's up with that, man. But yeah, I don't want to get into it too much, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Because 2016 was supposed to be the year of the heavyweights. It didn't happen. I know we got other fights going on, and other fights that's supposed to be in the making. Like Povetkin versus Bermain Stavern and stuff like that. But a lot of stuff was supposed to have been going down this year. But we got guys that are getting injured. Guys on cocaine, Tyson Fury and stuff like that. They bailing out of fights. A whole bunch of dudes, they need some kind of like therapy. With some kind of psychologist and stuff like that. Look at Andy Ruiz. He's bowing out of fights and stuff like that, not staying active. So Shannon Briggs, let's go champ. He's got positive things going on for him. He's trying to do his thing, selling T-shirts and stuff like that. He's motivating a lot of people. Lucas Browne, outside of Ruslan Shagayev and who's that? Richard Towers. He doesn't have much of a resume himself. This is a great fight, and the WBA is doing what they got to do, man. It's a sanctioned body, and they need money, and they need to get somebody to claim the WBA belt. Somebody with some name recognition, you know? And so, I mean, David Haye could have probably said, hey, man, it should be me. But he was supposed to take care of Shannon Briggs, back in September or something like that. You know, he could have been and fought Shannon Briggs and took care of him. But he didn't, man. He reneged on it, man. So y'all let me know who, if y'all agree with the fight or who should be fighting for the WBA belt. If it's not Lucas Browne and Shannon Briggs. All right, man. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.